When you're a young girl in the Mormon church, you're exposed to romance and sexuality so young and in such a confusing, shameful way. For a lot of these girls, they carry that sexual shame with them for so much, if not the entirety of their lives. And with the Mormon church being patriarchal, catered to men, and having such an emphasis of purity culture, especially being a virgin, you have so many young girls who don't know how to say no or are literally told not to say no and then get taken advantage of by men in the church. I get a lot of DMs with girls sharing their experiences because really the only person you're really encouraged to talk to about these kinds of experiences is your bishop. And then 9 times out of 10, your bishop is going to do what's best for the church and he'll do what he has to do to protect the church. I wanted to share my experience with the Mormon church to spread awareness about how dangerous their teachings can be. Honestly, I've been too scared to share it anywhere public, but seeing how much comfort you bring to people who have gone through similar experiences makes me want to share. Both of my parents are Mormon, so I was raised in the church. I always had issues with the doctrine, especially how no one cared about the pedophilia of Joseph Smith. When I was 14, I was forced to go to a church dance. I had a long day at school and I had terrible mental health issues, so I really didn't want to go. But of course, my mom made me. Same girl. While I was there, this guy came up to me and asked me to dance. He looked really old, so I was very uncomfortable. I was taught if a guy asked me to dance, I had to say yes, so I said yes. Same. Little did I know, this guy was 20 years old and he purposefully came to dances to find a girl to take advantage of. He got away with it because his dad was the bishop of a different ward. When I finally built up the courage to tell my parents what happened, I was grounded and told to sit in my room with no entertainment for days. They also sent me to the bishop's office that week. The bishop told me that it was my fault this happened, that I must have done something to tempt him, and he urged me not to report it because it wasn't considered grape because I was asking for it. No one should be told that, especially not in a church. The Mormon religion is a dangerous cult that causes so much harm to all its members. Thank you for creating a safe space for those who have been through it. And if you'd be willing to share this story, I would appreciate that. When I think back to being a young girl in the Mormon church, I just remember every church activity feeling like I was being presented to the village as a bride offering. I just remember always feeling like I was being watched and scored. Does that make sense? Scored? Always felt like I had to look my best, act my most feminine, and attract the men, the boys, and make sure that the moms thought I was good too. There was always just so much pressure to be the perfect girl in the sense of being the perfect romantic person. And then also when they talk about marriage to women, they want you to be so desperate to be married. I remember this messaging when I was in the singles ward of having a worthy priesthood holder is good enough. If he's a worthy priesthood holder, that's good enough. Just marry him. It doesn't matter. Oh,